Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me again. So today we'll be answering a very important question that people often get during their interview for their student visa. Yeah, you know, I once made a video on how to get proof of funds, and getting a loan is one of them, right? So today I'll be answering a question that people usually get asked. How will you pay back this loan? You know, how will you pay back this loan? You got a loan in order to study abroad, and then on your bank statement there is a chunk of money that was transferred from maybe one account to the other, and then they're asking you, how did you get this money? You know, said, oh, it was a loan, somebody loaned your father or somebody loaned you, and you're using this loan to go abroad to study. Of course, any sensible visa officer would ask you how you would pay back this loan. And how you answer this question is very important, because you don't want to answer this question the wrong way and then your visa gets denied. You need to be very, very wise when answering this question. Don't say, oh, after my graduation, I'm going to stay back in the US. I'll work for 1 year, I'll work for 2 years in order to raise the money and pay back the loan. If you say that, honestly, your visa might get denied. It's better to say, okay, how will I pay back this loan? It's better to say, my father is a farmer who owns a very large hectare of land, and on this land he cultivates cocoa, he cultivates maybe rice, beans, all these farm products that people usually sell in bulks. So he makes about maybe 20 million naira a year, or he makes about 40 million naira a year. And you, on the other hand, when you come back, he will get a job, and you're expecting to be earning about 10 to 15 million naira a year, or 20 to 25 million naira a year, depending on the course and the place you intend to work. So you have to be strategic in answering this question. My father owns these, or my mother owns these, and with the help of your father, or with the help of your mother, and with the money you are going to be making from work, you guys would sum up the money to pay this loan. And usually the loan has a payment plan, right? Some loan can give you 5 years, some can give you 10 years, depending. So you tell the visa officer how you intend to pay this loan. You're not the only one paying it. You have a father or a mother, a brother or a sister that is going to help you, that both of you will make a plan, and then you'll be paying this money small until you finish. Now, if they ask you, how do you intend to get a job? You can say, oh, before I left, I worked in so organization, and they promised that once I come back, that they would always have a spot for me. You know, all these things. Because if you go and say, oh, after I graduate, I want to stay in the US, or after I graduate, I want to stay in the UK, or after I graduate, I want to remain in Australia. If you say remain, they are going to deny you, because this country, they don't want you to come and stay. They want you to come invest in their country and leave. And what is the investment you are doing? The investment you are doing is that you are coming to pay school fees. Of course, that school fees you are paying into their accounts is helping their economy grow. Do you know how much international students pay in these countries? We pay 3 times the amount that the citizen of that country pay. Okay, take for instance now, to study in the UK, you need to have at least 17,000 pounds to 20-something thousand pounds to study in an average university. Then if you're thinking of Cambridge, Oxford, of course the money is higher. International students pay 3 times what the citizen of these countries pay. In Canada, the same thing. I think Canadians pay like 5,000 to 6,000 Canadian dollars a year, but international students are expected to be paying $20,000, $25,000 a year. So you are coming to pay money into their economy, you are coming to invest into their economy, you are boosting their economy by you're boosting their economy by paying all these things into their account. I'm not saying it's bad, it is not, but they don't want you to stay. They want you to come, invest, and leave, which to me it's somehow, but then that is how it is. So when you're answering question on how you pay back a loan, you have to be strategic. Even if your intention is to remain 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, don't say it, because if you say it, of course they will deny you. Yeah, so that's just my candid advice. And another thing about loan is that what if things don't work out the way you planned it? What if you don't get a big job? What if your father doesn't have that financial capacity even after selling all his farm products? What if? There are so many what ifs. And of course there are also big positive probabilities that when you take the loan, you'll be able to pay back within 2 years, within 3 years. So in this life, you just have to take the risk. It's better to do it and regret later than not doing it at all. It's better to do it and see the outcome than not doing it at all, because if you don't do it at all, you always feel like, oh, I wish I did it, I wish I did it, I wish I did it. So it's better you just do it and wait for the outcome. Here, is taking loans good? Of course it is. I mean, there are a lot of people that took loan for their businesses. So if you can take loan for your business, you can also take loan for studies. Yeah, so if taking loan is good, just that if you are taking a loan, you should also have a plan on how you pay back, so that you don't get into unnecessary troubles or problems that you could have avoided. It's better you be strategic when you're taking a loan. Yeah, personally, would I take a loan? I honestly don't know. Before I take a loan, I need to be sure of how I'll pay back that loan. If not, I am not taking it. Yeah, so I wish you the best. My advice is taking a loan should always be your last option. It should be your last option. You should have first option, maybe your father selling his land or your mother selling her land, or maybe you can get a sponsor. I don't know, just find other ways of footing that bill. Getting a loan should be the last option, because nobody likes to be in debt. Nobody likes to be in debt. Yeah, taking a loan should be the last option. And if eventually you get a loan, you should have a plan on how you pay back. I wish you all the best in your academic pursuits. If you have any question, of course you can ask in the comment section. If you need help with your admission application to study abroad, you can always book our services at www.eduscholar@enebu.com, and we will always be here to help you. If this is your first time on this channel, please like this video, subscribe, and share this video to your friends. See you on my next video. Bye.